Hi guys, Oracle here, and you're welcome to another episode of the Pragmatic Approach Show. Please continue to like, share, comment, and most importantly, subscribe on this DEI show.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. And I have with me Hi Show. Hi Show.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for the invite again. We're trying to have fun again and have a very educative session. So let's get started.
Chief,
Yeah,
you're
guys,
welcome
you,
again.
you guys are too serious, man. This is the show. It should be fun.
Like,
Well, I
Yeah,
tried. I
man.
tried.
It's nice to be here again. Let's see how it goes.
all right, all right. So on today's episode, we want to talk about the the new proposal by President Trump, where he said he wants to sell gold card. Some of us have green card. And told us that we're too broke, so he came up with the idea of a gold card that will go $5 million. I mean, I don't know how he intends to go by that, but today's conversation is: do you think if you have $5 million, you'll put it to buy? I don't even think he guaranteed citizenship. He said it's like a card, and you work your way towards citizenship. So, would you pay $5 million for Donald Trump's gold card? Sure. Let's start with you.
Um,
If you were not American, would you?
you guys already know I am super pro American. I believe with America being here in the world is the closest thing to heaven. So if I was given $5 million lottery into heaven, would I take it? Of course, that's not a question. It's gonna be easy. Take. I'm gonna take it because that's a slot to heaven. So yes, most definitely, I'll take it because there's no any other nation that could make you richer. I know I can turn my 5 million into $1 trillion if I'm good with my investment and if I make my right choices. There's no other nation that gives you freedom and liberty to choose and make decisions for yourself. There's no other nation that has the type of healthcare we have here. There's no other nation that have the infrastructure that we have here. There's no other nation that has uh, the communication skill. There's no other nation that has the influence that we have in America. There's no other nation that's close to God than the United States of America. So I'm not sure why this is funny to y'all, but yes, this is the closest thing you can get to being in heaven, being
Yeah.
in the United States. God
So,
bless America, babies.
the see, I don't think I'm even gonna allow that. First of all, don't compare America with heaven. That is totally unacceptable. And most of the things that you're claiming is absolutely wrong. America doesn't have the best infrastructure. America doesn't have the best healthcare system. Their healthcare is the most expensive and it's not the best.
I agree.
So you comparing America with heaven, no, that is unacceptable. And secondly, if you're saying the 5 million, you're not gonna have the $5 million to invest. You are paying the United States, right? And Trump said, okay, just imagine 10 million paid $5 million, that's $50 trillion. Then America is gonna use it to pay off their debt, right? And they still have some money in the bank. And that make me start thinking, is America that broke that they're looking for money up and down? I don't think Dubai, Kuwait will do that. Kuwait currency is way better than US currency. So this whole idea of comparing Nigeria, America to heaven, come on, man, don't do that. That's
Okay.
so.
Can I quickly respond to this, Mr. T? I know to you this is a funny matter. You are talking about Kuwait. Tell me how many people want Kuwait. I don't even know. This is not from ignorance perspective, right? Okay. I don't
Hmm?
even know what currency they spend in Kuwait because nobody cares about Kuwait.
Their
We are
currency is
talking about America,
because you
baby.
don't know, because you don't know doesn't mean people
Tell me
that
how many
don't
people
don't
knows
know.
I can't even point where Kuwait is in the map because nobody cares about it. This is America. No, no, no. I'm telling you the truth. I am.
Kuwait, Kuwait is in the middle. It's like Saudi. Yeah.
It's it's close to
Of
Dubai.
course, of course. I know what Kuwait is, but who cares about Kuwait? These
Oh,
people
Uh,
write in click clack
sh-
language. You
sure,
think the
sure.
language will take you to space?
Sure, quick
Bro.
question. Are you expecting student loan forgiveness with the way you are praising America? Do you think they'll give you?
No, no, no. You guys are taking this country as a joke. Do you know that this Kuwait you guys are praising? If you were people like you know, I'm so listen, listen, guys. I am so thankful for our forefathers here in the United States. You know, the
They are
founders of
not
the
your
country.
hey bro. They are not your forefathers. Can you go 3 months without working in America? Hey, see,
Sorry.
for,
If I may
the
talk,
heaven you're
forefathers,
talking about, you have to work for everything. Nothing is free.
so are you
Come on,
looking for?
bro.
No, no, no.
Bro,
We
come on, man.
the forefather part be losing me. But my forefathers, yeah. I mean, I don't know if they took some of them as slaves, but
Fine.
I can still trace my
Yeah.
fifth,
This
sixth generation to Nigerians. So,
this
okay,
America
all
you are
right.
claiming, the
The
real
founding
America will
fathers, you
see
mean,
you and they'll look at
not
you. You're not one
forefathers.
of us.
You mean the
Okay.
founding fathers, not forefathers. Founding fathers.
So my forefathers that started the United States. Hey. So
Was it okay?
how do
Was
you
it the
guys?
slaves or the white people? Which ones were your forefathers? Was it the slaves or the white
very
people?
important question to ask.
Let's try to get that.
Okay, I'm glad you guys are asking. You guys think I'm joking, but I'm not joking. Listen. You guys are praising Kuwait, praising China. If people like you
No,
are born
no.
in those countries,
We're not praising Kuwait.
you
We're
know
just
those
giving
countries do not
comparison
have
in
birthright
terms of
citizenship. Do you all know those countries you guys are praising do not have birthright citizenship? Your
True.
yes, yes,
children
no.
would never become citizen of that country.
I agree.
But my forefathers that started this country, they thought about the generations to come. They thought about the struggle that the people that come here go through to achieve the American dream. They thought about making everybody equal. They thought about
Let,
equality. You
let,
know,
let's go back to I'm still stuck on that forefathers conversation. Do you mean your forefathers or founding fathers? If you mean forefathers, are you saying your older generation, or is it in terms of the people that found this country, or the slaves that came to build this country? You are your forefathers in
no,
both countries.
my forefathers were never slaves. Okay.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, I did. Oh, I did.
what,
His forefathers are indigenous Americans.
Oh, so you're a Native American.
yes, we've always been in the United States.
Okay,
Okay.
from what generation?
Uh,
As far back
I
as
can at least I can at least talk about up to 16 generation. But uh, this country, no. This is not trolling. This is not trolling. Okay.
but did you actually immigrants? How are your forefathers 16th generation?
Say that again.
To Nigeria.
Aren't you an immigrant? I thought you're an immigrant to this
No,
country.
no. I am an American. I'm
Yeah, but you know,
By birth or naturalization.
It doesn't matter. I'm an American.
I,
So there is no other country that I could claim like this. Okay, I need you guys to listen. I know you guys are. I know you guys are Africans. I understand that. I understand that. But here's the thing. Okay, let's not turn this into comedy. This is not a comedy show.
I've always told you in our private conversations that I actually genuinely believe is a white man trapped in a black body. Honestly,
Uh, and you could be right because who knows? Maybe my great grandparents were white, and they started mixing. Because I mean, if you look at Michael Jackson's family,
in which continent were your great grandparents in Mexico?
let's not make this about me. We are talking about the United States.
I
Why
No,
let
are
you're
y'all
making a
focusing on
point.
me?
there were some white people in Nigeria at some point,
Okay, why people in Nigeria, right?
but
The
Okay,
white race.
I'm not
let's
from
go.
Nigeria. That's a shithole country, sir.
Let's track back to this topic.
Okay, let's get back to
I
this
think
conversation.
he has made it clear that he would likely not buy an American citizenship for 5 million. I sure
Okay,
you, if you were some rich guy elsewhere, you have $5 million. Would you buy American citizenship for that?
so The whole idea of America is the American dream. The fact that you can come to America and become anything you want to be, start from the scratch, and have this dream, have a nice family, a nice house, and have freedom, right? If I have 5 million liquid, I already have freedom and I have money. Why am I buying a dream when I am already living in reality? I can only come to America to experience it, but I don't need the opportunity. I need the experience. And the experience can be done with $2,000 and $5,000. Why would I have to pay the government to buy the American dream?
So
That's number one. And number two, I know a lot of people who came to this country with an investment of $1 million, even less than $1 million, and they have that in stocks or in real estate, and they also got a green card. So the idea of a golden card is just, I think, it's publicity, and I think it doesn't
I
make
think
any
I
sense.
think if last I checked, if you invested $250,000 in the American economy, you get a green card.
It's more than
I
that,
think
way
it's
more than
about
that.
$800,
It's
eight
eight
hundred
hundred
thousand
thousand.
dollars minimum.
Oh,
Eight
Yeah,
I,
hundred thousand.
oh, it's 800.
yeah,
Okay, but
yeah.
I mean, so if a green card is guaranteed for $800,000,
And you
Mhm.
must hire 10 people.
okay, all those are still quite achievable. Say I bought if I had 800,000 and I bought a McDonald's franchise, I would hire more than 10 people. I would get the green card. So why would I pay $5 million for a go? Except you're telling me that gold card will have me have a house in the a room in the White House. I could use the Air Force One to travel. You have to give me reasons why that $5 billion gold card is valuable. Like I said, a lot of people who have $5 million liquid elsewhere, they wouldn't want to live here. A lot of people you see in America. I mean, by the way, sure, I agree with you. This country is probably the greatest country. I'm not going to deny that. This is a country where you can with your dreams and you can live in and achieve those dreams. We've seen countless stories. Some of us are even testament to that story. But if I have $5 million, even from Nigeria or maybe from anywhere else, it means I'm already successful. So I am not coming here to chase a dream. I'm already living
And
life. Anything
and let's
I have
yeah,
five
and let
anywhere else means I'm already a successful person
yeah,
because how
and
many
and
Americans?
let's yeah. Sorry to cut you. And let's try to understand what $5 million is. Let's just even use $1 million. That's about 1.4 billion naira. Just $1 million alone. With that, you can have a beautiful house. You don't have to work. You can have maids. You can have nice cars and live like a king in Nigeria. Why would you want to just use 5 million and just come and stay here? I mean, is you can come and experience here with vacation and stuff, but to let all that go to come and which politician in Nigeria have you seen that going to relocate it to America, to the American dream?
The most they
It
would
doesn't happen.
do for vacation, buy houses they're likely not gonna live in, or buy the house for their children to live in, and they're back
Let me
in.
tell yeah. One
What
of
you
the
guys are
major
leaving out is the
Mhm.
fact that, you know, the $5 million is not necessarily buying you the experience or anything. Okay, it's buying you access to being part of the American society. It's buying your children the possibility of becoming president, greatest surgeons, greatest doctors, greatest physicians, greatest lawyers, and greatest personalities on earth. Look at our people on TV. We have the best presenters in the world. We have the best personalities around the world. Our actors are the best. Our even porn stars, they are the best here in America. So there, you are buying unlimited opportunity for your whole family by choosing to invest in our great country.
Sure. So let me ask you a question. I earlier alluded in this conversation that I believe America is this country. But do you ever think that there are other countries that are also like great that produce even much better people than American society?
I mean, if you look at the world, for example, look at the richest people on earth. Where do they get their money from? They're getting it from the United States. I could list 40 people right now that are from the United States, and they are part of top 100 richest people on earth. Look at invention for the past maybe 40 years. Most of the inventions have been coming from the United States. Look at uh, patent, like patents. Most of them are coming from the United States because we are just like that. Because we give just think about it.
You
Just think
so
about a
so
nation
so what do
that
you think China
go
has
ahead.
been in the last couple of years? If you think all the inventions are American,
Not all, of course, not all. But most of the inventions have been coming from the United States because we allow you to think. We are not censoring. This is something the Democratic Party has been trying to do. They've been trying to censor your thoughts, but we allow you to think deeply. And a lot of people, even you immigrants, you are allowed to think and criticize our nation
We
in our nation.
okay.
What
I
other
don't think
country
what
allows you to
what
to,
we're
to do that?
doing is necessary criticism. We're just correcting your inaccuracies.
No,
Yes.
you got to prove me wrong. What other
Yeah,
country
we
allows
did. We
you
did.
to do this? Can you go to China and talk about how China doesn't have the best healthcare,
I
even
mean,
though we know
so
they don't.
see, I believe every country has its pros and cons, just depend on what is important to you.
Mhm.
So yeah. And America as a country, right, is a country that thrives off immigrants. You can say yes, the best inventions, the best minds are in America. That's because they came from somewhere else into America.
No, 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 no. You cannot say that. Okay, where have they been coming from? The thing is, people that tend to do better in this country tend to
We are
imbibe.
we are
Hold on.
saying the same thing that as America
So
is a land of opportunity. Sorry. So that's what I'm saying. The people who come here are looking for opportunities. They don't, that's why they're not paying 5 million to come into America. They're the ones
exactly,
who need a chance to
a chance to
express themselves
already successful people would
and
not
not
pay
coming here.
5 million for a gold card. Maybe the gold card can come in time of distress. Let's say one African leader that is a dictator is moved
They're about to kill him.
to leave and he wants to evacuate himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, those ones are in a debt. But an average African president that has money, they would rather send their children here just for vacation. I know a few politician kids from Nigeria that,
Mhm.
I mean, most of them, fortunately, unfortunately, they were already born here, but they don't see here as the pinnacle of their life. They travel across the world. I have one particular
Mhm.
one. One, she has a $7,000 apartment in New York here, and she barely stays there
Uh,
because
and and do you
they can
think
afford
that
to go
person
somewhere else.
do you think that person will prioritize their safety? This is one of the safest country on earth. No matter where you get stuck in the whole world, United States is the only country that can come retrieve you.
That's another
Thanks to our military.
that's another valid argument that you can make.
There is
But
no
you
other
also have
nation.
to understand that some of those cases, you have to be really citizenship by birth. Nobody
No, no.
cares about
As long as you're an American citizen, you are eligible to all rights of Americans because we, unlike many other countries around the world, we actually accept people, and we hope that they accept us and try to be
Right.
like
why
us.
why
And
do we?
so it's part of the Americans.
we the people.
Non-Americans, we have to understand that in this conversation, sure is the American here. We are
Yes,
not.
I mean, I
Say,
understand you guys are from,
yeah.
unfortunately, crap hole countries, and that you have deep emotional connection to those countries that you all are from. I mean,
Unfortunately,
Mhm.
Yeah, see, we're not denying the fact that America is not a great country. It doesn't have its benefits. It's one of the best country, right? There's just so many good reasons.
it's the best.
But yeah, I mean, everybody have different opinion, right? Depending on the way you look at it. But the question here is, if you have a $5 million, where you gonna pay it for a card, right? This is
This is just so simple because we won't say, oh, America does not have any benefit. You don't have to get the card to invest, first of all. That 5 million, if you buy McDonald's franchise, even without you having the gold card, the amount of money you're gonna make, you can have maybe only God knows, maybe two, three, or four McDonald's or Chick-fil-A. Have the franchise. They will beg you for that card when you have all those things automatically. So let's start looking at it from a standpoint of okay, what's the goal here? What is the president trying to achieve, right? Are we
Hmm.
using this money? What do you want to use the money for? Do you want to use it to pay debt? You just got to understand that, Roshine.
Yes.
But you can't just have $5 million and say, "Oh, once I pay $5 million, my child's life is secure." My you see, if the child did not do what he's supposed to do, there's nothing. So all this your idea of the
If,
best school, best like that's a mirage, bro.
I know a lot of American citizens living the miserable life. So it's not, I don't think, again, the citizenship offers an advantage. No, don't get me wrong. But it's not the citizenship that makes you great. It is what you have in you, what you can do that
Thank
makes
you.
you great. The citizenship is just a catalyst. There are many Americans that are not successful, whether white, black, or whatever. And there
and
are
and
Yeah.
that's why we are choosing to bring only
Uh,
specific groups
um.
of people.
No,
If
but
you
And
can, if you
I
can
even
make
have
$5 million in another country, it means you're probably innovative
right.
or you're a successful person.
Mm, so I have an argument, right? So one thing about America is that it's great at attracting the best minds. So we are having this $5 million golden card idea. Are we attracting the best minds or are we attracting the people that have money? It's not necessarily the same thing. And okay, what if you attract the corrupt politicians, the thieves, the gamblers, the child traffickers,
Mexicans,
the
oligarchs,
smugglers? Because for
the
you to
Yes,
have
but
five
this is the
million
the
thing.
liquid,
Mexican
5 million
warlords,
liquid,
the
it's
Sinaloa
not,
cartels,
This
the
is the
El
it's
thing,
not,
Chapo.
right?
bro,
We
it's
are
not people who are worth 5 million. People that have 5 million. For you to have 5 million liquid, that means you're worth like probably like 50 million.
Yes,
yes, and
So
take five
this is the
million
it's
thing.
cash out to buy something. It means
yeah,
you have you're a multi-millionaire.
yeah.
Okay,
So
so
are
okay.
we attracting the best people or the
Oh,
richest people? And even if I attract the richest people, are they the best people for the country?
true. Because some of these people may necessarily not make that 5 million from wherever they're coming legitimate. I'm
Hmm.
not saying all, some,
Yeah, a
or
lot.
even most.
Okay,
and did you
okay.
know
I
that
will give you guys that,
So,
right?
did you know
so,
that
so before you go
for
forward, in line with that same question that I should just raised,
mm-hmm,
you want the Mexicans to go back, right?
mm-hmm.
It goes here. But have you thought, because you said they are poisons to the blood of the country according to Trump. Now, a Sinaloa cartel guy, if you watch their documentaries, these people have money. At some point in the height of El Chapo was about $30 billion. That's according to Forbes. Now, if a Mexican drug lord brought $5 million now, can they buy American citizenship? I'm just curious to know.
Okay, all right. First of all, you lied about us wanting Mexicans to go back. You know, we believe that if you are an immigrant, you should come to this country and matriculate towards our society. You should, once you are pledging your allegiance to our country, you should be representing this country. We do not want you waving another country's flag. A country that you do not want to live in, do not be waving their flag in our country. So we want you to represent us. So as long as you are willing to take this country as your new country and willing to adopt our way of life and invest in our country, help our country grow, we see you as one of us. But if you're one of those that thinks you're an American yet you're still another foreign national, you probably need to go back to where you're from, because you do not care about this country. You only care about what we can provide for you. So talking
Mhm.
about all those criminal cartels that you're talking about. Uh, I understand, you're from a corrupt country, so you think we are going to be allowing corrupt people to come here.
Hmm.
But the people that we're going to allow to come are still going to be vetted because we are prioritizing national security. One of the things we've been able to achieve in the past less than 40 days now is that we've closed our border. The border is like your skin, it protects your whole body. Biden administration, alongside Kamala and the Democratic Party as a whole, decided to leave our border open. We got invaded by criminals. We got invaded by terrorists. We got invaded by so many bad things. So now we have a chairman in chief that's willing to protect our country and bring home a lot of money that will help propel our country into the next level.
Sure. I would agree with you on something. I we did from our private conversation too. That I agree that Biden in his first 2 years, this was very lax with how he managed the border. So I'm not even going to argue. That's a fact. So that's by the way. So I'm agreeing with you alongside Kamala to like to put it. But your guy's goal was for 10 million people to buy the $5 million citizenship. Is that practical? Because the way he said it so casually, like, oh, if 10 million people bought the thing with that 50 trillion, would pay the debt and will still. It made it sound so casual that the not very smart magas are already on top.
Right. So sorry, I think the problem about Trump is a businessman, and he sees things simplistically from just a profit and loss side of things. If you bring in 10 million millionaires across the world into America, you're bringing in 10 million people with power and ideology, that people with different ideology that are buying citizenship, not because they love this country, but because they can afford it. These people have power and money. Those 10 million people will definitely change the course of this country, and they will change the outlook of this country. Because
10
these
million,
are not 10 million poor people that will come and work in your factories.
10
These
million,
guys are coming here to compete with leadership.
10 million people can influence the course of a country.
10 million millionaires.
Million,
Putting
yeah,
10 million
not just
multi-millionaires into a country.
millionaires. Because, like we alluded to in this conversation, anybody that does $5 million for good card means he has
Mhm.
more money, obviously.
Yeah. And check out, imagine bringing all the Saudis, the Kuwait, wherever they call their citizens,
That
people
that
from the EAU, the Chinese
like
billionaires, all these people coming to America
but
with all
not,
their money. You think they'll come here and be waving the American flag with you? Fam, they're coming with their own ideology and they're going to challenge you in this country. It's not
want
going to be fun.
America to become a Muslim nation because most of the people that are being proposed to buy these things are going to be the middle.
Definitely.
All right.
So,
If I may respond to that, hi, show. That's actually a very smart way of looking at things. But the beauty of America is that we've always never been scared of ideology, and that's why we do not censor speech. We allow freedom of thoughts. You can have your own idea, but at the end of the day, people tend to realize that our American ideologies, supersede every other ideas out there, and they tend to imbibe our, because if you want to do really well in this country, you just have to imbibe, you have to assimilate, right? So all those people you're talking about saying that will come here and bring their ideologies, and that's practically impossible because we have freedom of speech. The people that want to conquer will definitely go against them. I mean, do you think
So,
a Saudi billionaire will come here and tell me to go be a Muslim?
sure, sure,
No, we have freedom and rights. We're going
sure,
to sue them to the core.
sure. Yeah. Even thinking too far. Elon Musk is just there. Is a typical example of a billionaire that influences people,
mhm.
and it's that government making the man or doing things the way he likes. Why? Because he was able to influence the election. I'm not saying in a bad, I mean in a bad way now. He brought his money, he campaigned for a guy, had a platform, he used it for a certain candidate to win. What did the candidate do after he won? He had to put him in his government. He gave him a special whatever that he didn't have to even go through Congress or the Senate training. It was a special assignment. He has a role. Is I've not seen somebody done press conference in the White House alongside with the president before. He's there doing press conferences, carrying his child. He doesn't have to wear suits to the White House. And these are things Republicans used to be very big on. Why would you dress certain? Obama wore a tan color suit during his presidency. Go and check how they condemned him for wearing even a different color of suit.
All
But
right.
Hmm.
So,
Elon Musk came into White House with a regular, and nobody checked him. These are part of influence when you buy your way into things. No matter how you think your candidate is or your president is, when people put themselves in a position where they buy you over, one way or the other, they have influence in what you're doing. What is Elon Musk doing with his Doge, whatever? It started to target people that came for him when he was outside of the government, government agencies that were trying to, look into what he was doing as a private business guy. He decided to become Doge, whatever, and coming back for some of them, even though he claims he's fighting corruption. So you cannot think people will put millions of their money to something just to sit back. Rich people have interest and they always pursue it to the core. They may lose at the end, but they will still pursue it to a certain extent that can largely impact and affect things.
all right. Can I get everybody to mute, please? This American is trying to talk. Yes. So, um, thank you for respecting the American authority. I appreciate that. Um, the beauty of America is that we have too much check and balances, right? With our checks and balances, a judge from Georgia, from Indiana, from anywhere in this country can check and make sure that the president doesn't go astray or start feeling like a dictator. So I know you've been spilling a lot of propaganda. You are probably being paid by the Democratic Party to say things that are bad against Elon Musk. But here's the thing: you guys are saying he has all this influence and everything. But first of all, Elon Musk is not a cabinet member. Okay? So whenever Zelensky was going to the White House with his jersey on, it's a jersey at this point, whenever he was going over there, nobody said anything. This guy went to the Capitol with, with his t shirt.
With due respect, Americans, Zelensky in his own right is a president of a nation.
And that's why he needs to represent himself well in
Oh,
the
so
eyes of the
I
whole
remember
world.
I remember Republicans came for him for that dressing. So why have
Yes.
you not come for Elon Musk too for dressing the same way?
No, he dresses just appropriately, you know. Yes, it dresses appropriately. But let's not talk about dress because that's not why we're here. We're talking about ideology. In
Hmm.
America, even though Elon Musk is the richest person on earth, we still see a lot of articles every day going against this guy. People are celebrating the fact that Tesla stock is going down. Tesla sales is going down. People are celebrating it because here we are allowed to have the freedom of speech. In other countries, they will censor you. Those people will buy out all this publishing
Are you saying we don't
companies.
get censored here?
Uh, I believe I have freedom of speech. My our military, which I didn't join because I'm a coward. Our military is also this freedom of speech, right?
Thanks for the
And
honesty. Yeah.
oh no, it's the truth. Now I
Yeah,
get to
see,
sit in the lap of luxury. I could step outside. I'm telling you, my road is paved with gold. That's
Sure.
how beautiful this America
So,
is.
this is not a Democrat or Republican debate, right? And this just strictly goes back to if you have $5 million, will you buy the gold card? I think it's very easy. Let's do a poll. If you have $5 million, will you buy the card, right? And let's analyze what are the benefits, what are the disadvantages, right? So I'm not saying this is a totally wrong idea, right? But there are a lot of factors that needs to be considered. So you can't just look at it from a standpoint of 10 million people pay $5 million, that is $50 trillion, and that's it. So as a president, there are other factors. What are the downside here? What do we need to put in place? Um, What's the benefit? What's the disadvantage? And some of these things might be a long time effect. It might not be an immediate thing. So there's just so many things to be considered, right? So American is all about the American dream. More than I think almost 40 or more than 40% of Fortune 500 company was being founded by an immigrant. They have a big role to play there. I can't remember the exact percentage. So they call it a lot of opportunities, right? So now if you are changing it to just come and buy, that is changing the entire structure of America, right? It's like you don't have anything, you can become something great no matter what. And we used to joke about this thing that if you are born in some part of the world, it's like life is leading you 4-0. But if you are born in America, you have access to so many things. You can, even if you don't have money to go to school, you can get student loan, can get financial aid, you can get some health benefit, government pays for you and all of that. So if all of those things are going away, you have a lot of rich people in the society. What's the implication? So those are the things that we need to consider, right? So I'm not here to say, oh, that is a totally wrong idea, but let's analyze what's the good and what's the bad, right? Which one goes way more? And basically, this man here just we did this, we did this. He turned it to a Republican Democrat debate, and that's the whole idea. They just want to keep people doing that, and they'll keep on doing what they want to do, and not realizing that hey, you got your life to live yourself. You're responsible for your life, not the Democrat or Republican, not even Trump. So you need to be coming down.
All right. So, just so everybody knows, T is paid by Democrats to spread their propaganda. You know, they will
Okay,
call me all kinds of names.
okay,
Oh,
hold on. What?
okay,
Tell
everybody,
me
listen to
one.
what he's about to
What the
say.
one
Listen.
propaganda that I mentioned? Tell me one propaganda that I just said.
The propaganda this guy is saying is
What's
that
the? Tell me one. Just
oh,
one propaganda that I mentioned.
I'm about to, but he won't let me speak because that's
Okay,
how
go
they are
ahead.
taught. Okay, so the propaganda is that there's a group of cabal that's trying to make sure that we are always only talking about Democrats and Republican. How won't we talk about the things that directly affect us? These are the people making our rules and laws. Why can't we talk about them?
Oh my God. Bro, you
I
can talk
need you
about
to
it from
refute
morning
this
to night.
so that you're
Nothing
not
is
being
gonna
paid.
change.
So sure.
You You're responsible for your life.
uh, if you were not a white American, if you're not a Caucasian like you are right now, if you were Middle Easterner like from Kuwait, Saudi, America was offering an American citizenship or whatever $1 million, you would have bought it.
Yes, I will because I know if I was living in Kuwait, I won't be able to drink. I know that my women, my potential children, girls will not have the rights they will in America. I know that their growth will be stunted in Kuwait, but here I know they will have access to all kinds of freedom, all kinds of
Do
good
you
lifestyle.
know the amount of money Kuwait government give them to when they get married to the girls? Do you know that college is free for them? Any part of in the world to want to go for college? So what rights do American women have that supersedes the ones that Kuwait women have?
Our
So
women here
they
can
are
lead
almost
Fortune
every
500
American.
Do, do you
companies.
know? Do you know they have no financial aid? They don't have to worry about their rent. They don't live paycheck to
But,
paycheck in
but, but, but
Kuwait.
sure,
Leave this
as a
man
white
again.
American, I'm sure you probably went to school on. I mean, you had to pay student loan, right?
He's just living a
Sorry, can you
fantasy
remind
life.
us how much is your student loan, Mr. Stephen?
No, no, no. This
How
is not
hard do
hard
you
to
have to
explain.
work, Mr. American?
So I know you guys are used
So
to handouts in your countries,
this is
and
my
that's why
point.
there
This is
is
my
this
no
why
no no.
there's
You
no
spoke
progress.
about
But we do
privilege.
value
That is why.
American work ethic.
No
One
no
of
no.
the how come we're the
You,
richest nation on earth?
As a white American,
you
I agree with you that there are a lot of freedoms. I mean, to a certain point that you benefit. You mentioned something about birthright citizenship. Thank you, white Americans, like sure for allowing that.
thank
When
you, sir.
even
You're
when
welcome.
to use
Yeah.
executive take that away, which is not realistic. If every president could govern by executive order, they would not. The world would have been better. But I agree that America offers a lot, but I don't think if I had 5 million anywhere else, I'll be buying an American citizenship. Point blank. Period. I would America still, as a tourist, I'll go to Manhattan and buy. I mean, I'll go to the 42nd Street and look and go back to wherever I was able
But
to at five.
this is the my own point
If,
is that
because
America was
I should,
based.
I should,
Mhm.
but even all
Okay.
from migrated from Nigeria. If you ask 9 out of 10 of us, we always say once we are more financially stable, we want to go back to Nigeria. And
Reverse Japa.
yeah, you want to go back to Nigeria and chill because you can actually get, in terms of enjoyment, you can get value for your money in Nigeria. There's Squillox, there's Vanity, etc., etc. Yeah, you are working almost, every time. But white Americans like you have nowhere else to go. So
All right. And with that being said, T, your final thoughts.
Yeah, my final thought is if I have $5 million, um I'll most likely invest the money in American economy, but I don't think my first option will be to buy a gold card with it. So let's say my net worth is 5 million and I pay 5 million to get a gold card. What else? Will I be working in the factory or what? So I don't think I'll do that.
you will
Or
buy good and start working at McDonald's.
exactly. So I'd rather use that money to do something else, like invest that money works for me, then we'll go from there. But it won't be my first option to just pay 5 million to get a gold. Because the truth is that having the green card does not guarantee success. Or you're a US citizen does not guarantee you that everything is done for you. You just might claim you're an American citizen, right? You still work so hard. You still have school student loan, you're still working, you still going to go to work. So what are you talking about? So
And
you
you're
have
a white man for that matter.
What
are
does
you
your white
are you a
privilege?
millionaire yet? And you have been an American citizen for how long? So I don't think it's a strategic move to just pay $5 million to get a good card or whatever it calls it. But I would definitely use that money to invest in American economy. So many things I can invest in. But my first option will not be to get a good card.
All right. Hi, Sean.
Um, my point is just that we should not forget the whole idea of America, the fact that it's a land of opportunity. We are supposed to attract people that need the opportunity to become great, which is why a lot of startup CEOs, a lot of all these companies are mostly immigrants or children of immigrants. By using that gold card, we are not getting the people that want to be in America. We're getting the people that can afford to be in America. The people that don't really care much for America, but I have $5 million hanging around. Let me just check out what's happening in this country. Those people will not necessarily love this country or need the progress of this country. If I have 5 million, I'll spend 800K to buy a company and let it run by itself, and I'll keep my 4 million. Why am I giving it to them? That does not make any financial sense. And I'm sure millionaires are smart with their money. They will not make that kind of dumb decision. So Trump needs to go back to his office and think of that plan again. They need to restructure. They are businessmen. They need the better plan to attract people. That's my contribution.
All right. Thank you, Hi, Phil. So to not sound stupid, this is gonna be a very tough
It's too late
thing
for that.
to actualize. Okay. While I understand that we live in the greatest country on earth, but I understand that other countries around the world do provide opportunities as well. But I also think one of the greatest investment you can invest is to invest in yourself. So having the American citizenship will open more doors to more people. Now you'll be allowed in to many countries around the world. Now you can even go speak to many foreign leaders, and this can be a means of getting to the next level for people that know how to leverage their money. We're not going to be forcing anybody to come be American, but if you want to be American, We are not trying to make it harder for you. We're trying to make it easier, especially if we understand that you have the ability to help our country, you know, because you are helping us pay our debt. So we are willing to accept you and love you for who you are, regardless of your background or your situation. People can change. We understand. So, that being said, I don't think we're going to be accepting corrupt politicians or Sinaloa cartel members. I think we're going to be bringing in just regular folks that have money and that want to be American. There's a lot of them out there, and I mean, people are paying millions of dollars in OnlyFans, in porn. So how come they won't pay for all these opportunities? In
What's
fact,
your
in the countries
obsession
they
with
not.
porn? What's your obsession with porn today? Why you porn?
I
Like,
mean,
did you just watch porn before this?
we understand that it's not new that a lot of people in all those Middle Eastern countries, they like
Did
pooping
I
on
porn?
women, and so we can
Hey,
actually
that's an
bring them to
accusation.
bring their money here, and there's some people that have the kink. They can actually have all the fun they want here in America. I mean, if you want to be LGBTQIA,
It,
for example,
wait,
and
is
you're
pooping
starting
legal in this country? Isn't that assault to poop on people? Is that legal in
no,
America?
not when you not when you have the consent of them. There's
Okay,
we do
so
not
okay,
we do not kink shame in this country. Also, you could be
consensual pooping. Okay,
yes, you could be a politician in another country or just be a wealthy guy in for
hmm
example, China, where you're not allowed to be your LGBTQIA member. You can come here and just be free, and you get to do your stuff. You could be a
as long
woman
as
that
you
has
bring
an idea.
$5 million, as long as you have $5 million,
As
you
long as
can be
you're
free.
willing to help our country, it's not
Okay,
about the 5 million. It's about helping our country get to the next level.
okay.
So I think
It's not about the 5 million.
it's not about the 5 million. We have more than five
Okay,
million. We are the richest country on earth. So,
but you still
but
need it to pay the debt.
it's to show how dedicated you are
Okay,
about being American, that you're willing to pay that certain amount of dollars to help our country get to where we need to be. And thank you guys.
okay,
Eh, eh,
okay.
let's start with it's not about $5 million. But your guy said he needed that money to pay debt. But we will not argue. We will believe whatever the Republicans say. That's what they want. They want to lie to us and want us to to believe it. So we're not going to contest contest anything with you, especially being white. There's white privilege. We are DII, so we have to like tread softly, before you cut us off and make us jobless. But that's it on today's episode of the Pragmatic Approach Show. Three to three against one. Three of us believe is not necessarily, the smartest investment, but the white man here believes it's the right investment. So there's nothing, there's nothing we can do. The opinion of one white man supersedes the opinion of one black man, according to the Republican people. But yeah, that's it for today's episode of the Pragmatic. Please continue to like, share, subscribe, and comment on the FDSDI/white channel. Thank you guys. See you in the next episode. Bye.